Since we're virtual only, this is our school calendar. So if it's easier to have it all in one place instead of putting it on your phone or Gmail calendars, then this is the way to go. I'll show you how it's organized, and then I'll give you some tips on editing it and adjusting it to see it the best you can. So first, all the months are across the top, and they're linked to different places in these slides. So if you want to look at the August month, for example, you just click on August, and you go to the link that it gives you right below. Now, I've taken the liberty of going through and putting in all of our school dates. So first day of school is the 17th. If you want to put in due dates here of what is due for whatever, you could say, you can click in any of these little boxes and write something. Project due for Miss Venice, for example. Now it comes up a little big. If you need to reduce the size, you just go up here to make it small so that it doesn't start becoming a big box that goes beyond the size of the screen. So that's one example. We'll delete that. And then same if you go to September. Here we have our no school days that I have in there. So throughout I have when our breaks are. If you come over here, there's a button that says Complete Calendar. If you click on that, this is our complete Westminster calendar. Now, if you can't see it super well, you can always come up to the zoom and go to like 200% and then scroll around to find the month you're looking for. And then you can put in fit to make it the exact size again. All right, so then along the side here, we have a bunch of other things. These are great for week by week. So if we go over to, now it's very small, but this first one is July. So I'm going to start with August. If we go over to August, it has a week view of the days of the month. So this would be great for a checklist. You could say, okay, Monday, science, math, social studies, ELA, that's English language arts or literacy, CLD if you have an intervention, elective, etc. And then when you're done with assignments for that day, you can just put a little X by it. And then you've done your checklist. And you can do that all week. And then you have your little checklist of when your assignments are done. And that is an easy way to keep track that you have completed all your subjects for that day. After you have put in all your subjects, you can copy for the week. Like I just hit Control C, and then I hit Control V as in Victor to paste. So I just did Control C and then Control V. And once it's copied, you can just Control V, Control V, Control V. So that's a great way to keep track of your things by week, and you could do it every week. I'm just hitting Control Z to back up and get rid of everything that I just did. So that might be a nice way to take a checklist. You can also, or you could do it in a to-do. So on the to-do, this is that you have a bunch of activities to do. You have a bunch of things. Maybe it's not just a subject title. So I could put here complete science project, go to work, meet my friend, complete. So this could be a mix of school and non-school tasks that you're going through done throughout the week. And for some reason that box is really long. And then as you complete them, click twice in any text field to start typing. As you complete them, you can put an X there or something to signify that you did that thing, that you did that thing. So this is another way to keep a checklist. So that's the to-do. And then if you see little arrows on the page, that means that there are some other pages to access within that section. So if I go to the next slide, there's more to-do list. So I can go back and forth from slide to slide to see my next to-do. And what I would do maybe is make a new text box at the side to put in the date or something. And you just click here. You just put here. And then maybe this is a checklist for a week's worth of things or whatever you want. You can just put in the date here of what day you're working on it. And that can change depending on what you're doing and how long it's taking. And then notes. So if you were taking quick notes for a class, you can do them here. If you were wanting to make note of something in the calendars, you could put them here. And again, there's arrows. There's several pages of notes. So you could type here if you wanted to take notes for class or something. There's also a place for keeping track. Now, if you can't see it, just scroll down a little. For keeping track of birthdays. So if you have friends' birthdays and you want to list them here, other students, teacher, etc., whatever, you can do that. And again, you can also get to any of these other months, and to most pages also have the complete calendar to see everything that is going on. All right, so now to add or to change things around. First, if this window is kind of small, and you need it to be a little bigger, you can simply drag from these three dots, I'm trying, down to make that a little bigger. If you want to, I'm going to go back to the very beginning to the home page. So if you'll notice, every month, here's August, here's September, every month, this one was decorated with doggies. If you want to decorate it with your thing and take a moment to make your calendar pretty, you can do it in a couple of ways. One way is to, my way, which works best to not have backgrounds on things, is to go to search the web. So that was under insert image, search the web. And then put in a search. Let's say we're doing Minecraft for fun. Put transparent at the beginning. That will sometimes take away the background so that it won't be a white box. So if I just did transparent Minecraft, and then if you notice, it brings it over without its own background, and it ties in with the background here. So then you can go through and click on all these dogs and just hit delete and add in your stuff to size them. Hit shift from a corner and then drag to make it smaller. Or if you want to do like cat, again, if you drag them over, it'll get rid of the background. It makes it really big. So maybe hit shift, or else it, oh, never mind, it's working. Okay. Actually, yeah. So you can drag it to make it smaller, and then place it where you want, and then delete the things that you don't want in there. So that is how to edit. If on any page, if you need to add a text box, or if you accidentally delete a text box and you add one back, go up to the T, and then draw a space, and then start typing, and there is your text box. You need to change the background color right here. You would go up to, Actually, on this one, it'll be hard to change the background color because there's a lot of pieces that went into making this background color. So we're not going to worry about that one. Like if I try to do the background color, right now it is white. So they put a layer of a color over it. So don't worry about that one. But yeah, let your teacher know if you have other questions about how to interact with the slides or if you mess up a link or something. But play with it to make it your own, and then use it to keep track of Zoom sessions with your teachers and projects that are due by when, etc., etc. Have a great day, guys, and a good start to the year.